If I kill you here, let's see if I do this. Like, Russ.
Yes.
Russ.
Yes.
And I record it.
Yes. That's a snuff film. Hello! I am Robert, your host. And my lovely co-host tonight is...
Laura.
Laura.
Yes, that's correct.
Excelente.
Oh, muy bueno.
Today, we're going to cover the movie Sinister from 2012, which was do you know who's in it?
Yes.
Who's in it?
Ethan Hawke. Carol, can you correct me, please?
Hawke.
Ethan Hawke
Yes.
is in that movie, and he looks so cute in there.
He is cute.
He is.
He is. I think he has a little goatee going, like me, in that film. You know Ethan Hawke. He's been nominated 4 times for Academy Awards in different pictures. And Vincent D'Onofrio is in it. He only appears on Zoom calls on a computer in the movie. He's not live in it. And well, he was, of course, you know, he did Full Metal Jacket. He was Men in Black. He's got a ton of credits. And another Fred Thompson. He played the sheriff.
Oh, that's correct.
Do you recognize him?
Yes, I remember.
He's also a politician.
Yes, a great scenes they have in the pictures in the movie.
He's 6'6". He's a big guy, and he's dead now, but he was a senator from Tennessee for many years. He actually ran for the GOP nomination for president at one point.
Just remember that you say that he's dead right now.
Well, he was old, you know.
Okay.
That's you know. Do you recall what the movie is about? Like, how does it begin?
I don't want to spoil the movie,
No
so
spoil.
I don't want to talk about it right now. Should we talk about it? I mean, you tell
Well,
them.
it's a review, so we need to talk about the movie. Ethan Hawke is, what's his job?
He's a writer.
He's a writer.
He's a writer.
And he researches crimes. He's a true crime writer.
Yes.
So he moves into
this house with his family, right?
Yes.
To find out about these murderers. Murderers? Did I say that correct?
See?
Can you repeat it?
Murderers.
Murderers. Murder.
The house had a history of 4 people were killed in the house, not in the house, in the backyard actually, and then the little girl disappeared, was kidnapped and disappeared, and he's researching that to try and solve the crime and also write a book about it. You know?
You guys have to prepare your popcorns and get ready to watch
Now,
this disgusting.
he didn't tell his family that they were moving into a murder house.
I think he was tired about his family. That's why he didn't tell them. Yeah.
He was a lying SOB, I think, because he knew his wife would not want to move into a murder house. But
you know, they always, guys, they always want to bother their wives, so he knew she didn't want to move in there, you know.
Would you?
No. He would bother her, you know, he's her husband. So his main job is to make her upset. Why would you move her there? You know, he wants to get rid of her.
That's a husband's main job, is making his wife upset.
Mm-hmm. So 9 minutes in, he found a box of movies.
Yes. They turn out to be snuff films. You know what a snuff film is?
Yes.
What is it?
Like when you make a crime, right? And you record it. Let's see if I kill you here right now. Right?
Yeah, but it's murder. It's not just any crime.
No,
it's
well,
murder.
if I kill you here, let's see if I do this. Russ.
Yes.
Russ.
Yes.
And I record it.
Yes, that's a snuff film.
Yes.
Literally killing somebody on camera. And that goes back to there were rumors for many years that snuff films, I'm talking in real life, existed. They go back to allegedly the Manson family. They killed a bunch of people out in California. Charles Manson may have made a snuff film. The legends, the urban legends, if you will, go back before the Mansons. But these days, there's definitely films on the internet of people getting actually killed.
Yeah.
But back in the 80s and 90s, pre-2000, they were all just rumored. But anyway, Ethan Hawke's character, whose name is Ellison Oswalt, he finds this box, and they're filled with these movies of people, entire families being killed.
Wow.
Just like the family whose house he's living in now.
Wow.
So the plot thickens. It goes from just he was going to research this family to now there's like a whole string of families that are dead, and the kid, one of the kids is missing, presumed kidnapped, and probably dead too. So that's very exciting. And do you know, I read this.
Yeah, because you're an expert.
Ethan Hawke, they did not show him the snuff films before he filmed it. So what you're seeing, they actually showed it to him for the first time.
This is first impression.
On set. So you're actually seeing his real first impression.
Wow, that is so interesting.
And he's pretty horrified for most of them, yeah. There's a bad guy in this, he's kind of like a supernatural entity that crops up. Do you remember his name? It was a funny name. Began with a B. I
can't really right now.
Bagul.
Oh yeah, Bagul. How would I forget that?
Well, they don't say it a lot, but Bagul is he's got a whole mythology. It goes way back in time, and he's kind of scary looking. To me, he looks a little bit. You don't see him a lot, folks. He looks a little bit like the Joker. He's got like dark eyes. He's got a white face. I'm not even sure if he has a mouth. It's kind of hard to tell. Did you see a mouth, or was it just like blank?
I'm not sure right now because it looks like a mouth, but at the same time, it doesn't look like a mouth.
So he's in the shadows a lot, so you don't see him a lot. But you can spot him in the background in the snuff films that Ethan Hawke's character is watching, which is very mysterious. We don't know what's going on. So it's a weird movie because it's a scary movie, but there's snuff films, and there's a demon or a monster, and then later, the kids, these little like ghost children or whatever, they show up, and they appear in the second half of the movie, and you're not sure if they're really there or if there is imagination, and sometimes they can be seen by the main characters, and sometimes they can't be seen by the main. So it's all very. There's a lot of stuff
that we have to find out by ourselves.
Yes, eventually they kind of spell it out at the end, but there's a lot of mystery going on as you try to figure out what the hell's going on.
Let's say, like, if you're watching this movie, you cannot be on your phone, you cannot be on Instagram, you cannot go to the bathroom, you cannot be on your boyfriend, like, doing those things, that girls likes to do, or boys. So you have to be, I want to say this word, but I'm scared of saying it. You have to be focused with the movie.
Focused. You said that very well. Yes. Focused.
Focus. Yes. Lines for the movie. Don't worry, Daddy. I make you famous again.
I like it when she calls me Daddy.
You have done some crazy shit in the past, but this definitely takes the cake.
I made a mistake, and we never should have come to this house. But, I hear that a lot when I go over to people's house.
Yeah, like, you shouldn't go right now.
I just want to get my bat, so that if you come at me, I can bash you in the head. How many times have you heard that?
This is the first time.
So you can tell this is a big film, popular film. It's got Ethan Hawke in it. He's a great star.
If he's in there, it is amazing,
But here's how you really know. You look online for where they goofed up, like they made a mistake. And the more mistakes that are categorized, the bigger the film is, because you get more people, more eyes on it, and they analyze it. I'll give you an example. Now, in a lot of horror movies, there's some continuity errors, meaning, like blood. If there's a lot of blood in a horror movie, things move around a lot. You know, like there's blood here, and then it's over here, or whatever. In this one, this movie actually doesn't have a lot of blood. There's very little foul language, and there's no sex to speak of. Certainly no bosom alerts. And they still gave it an R rating because the content is so serious. You're talking about killing an entire families, and you know, so it got an R rating. But there are anachronisms. Do you know what an anachronism is?
I don't know, but after this, I will know. Explain to me.
You will.
Please.
An anachronism is something that takes place out of time. It would be like if there was a fighter jet flying around a Civil War battlefield. That's an anachronism because the jet doesn't belong back then.
I didn't get it anyway, but it's fine.
Well, but there's a couple goofs in there, and they're so minor. It's like during some of the snuff films, like one that's supposed to take place in like 1966 or something like that. They say the people writing and criticizing say, well, that refrigerator that's in that snuff film is a model from the 1980s, not from 1966. Like, you're being very picky, I think. And do you remember when he's in the attic and he's shuffling around and there's a scorpion,
Yeah, and
right, on the floor? Well, he's in Pennsylvania. They moved to a house in Pennsylvania where the murders took place. And there's really not any scorpions to speak of in Pennsylvania. So people comment on that and say, there's no scorpions in Pennsylvania. But they forget that Bagul, the bad guy, one of his symbols is a scorpion and a snake. So, like, they question the presence of the scorpion even though it's a supernatural, thing. They're idiots.
what did they want to find? A mermaid?
Not maybe in another movie, but not in. There's no mermaids in this.
Oh, no?
I wish.
Sorry.
There would be bosoms out the wazoo in a mermaid flick, I think. But no bosoms in this.
Tagline: once you see him, nothing can save you.
Tonight, you've never seen anything this sinister.
Have you seen him?
How many pumpkins do you think we should give this film?
I think it was very good. Let's give him 4.
4.
Yes.
Okay, here, you take 2 and I'll take 2.
1.
So, I agree. This is a really good film. Although it's filled with some typical horror movie tropes, if you will. There's enough sort of contemporary new stuff in there that makes it a pretty unique experience.
Yes.
Yes. 4 pumpkins. Sinister. Hello, if you like this review on October Moviefest Countdown, you can see more Robert stuff on allmediatv.com. Right?
Yes. Go to allmediatv.com.